So what we have here is isometric paper. The back side of all the pages of your engineering notebook have this type of paper. So we use this when we want to make a 2D illustration of a 3D object. We're going to show 3 faces of this object in one view, which are the front, the right side, and the top. When we start this with this nice paper that's angled for us, and it's angled at 30 degrees, and we will do it on paper, unlined paper as well. So easy to start with a block, okay? Just our square. So pick a point anywhere on the paper, okay, where you want to start. And when we start, we want to have light lines, very light, okay, just so that you can see them. I'm going to draw mine a little bit darker so that you can see them. So I'm just going to start with my base, the bottom of that. And I want to, it's a square, so I want to make it as realistic as possible. So I look here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. So I'm going to want to go up that same amount. So it takes a bit to get your eye into this to see these boxes. So that would be a box, and that would be a box. So 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to want to go up to here. And my lines are always going to be parallel to each other. So for this line, same. I want it up the same amount of boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Parallel, parallel, and then one more over there. To connect the top part of the box, make those nice and parallel. And right here, then over, and I can complete my box. So all these sides look the same, okay, but this would be our front, this is our right side, and that is the top. So when we have rectangular pieces, we always want to look at our piece to find, or even if we have this bridge piece, the front is always going to be whatever has the most design, most character to it. So for this one, this would be the front of our object. For the rectangle, you would pick, okay, this could be the front or that could be the front. Sometimes it's shapes like this, it's not really that important. So we want to start, let's shift this over, okay, and I'm just going to choose a spot. And again, try doing it very light strokes. And we always want to do it that we're creating a box, and then we can eliminate parts of that box. So I always want to keep it with the same amount of squares being used here. So 1, 2, 3. And once I have that nicely done, then I can make my lines a little bit darker. Okay, so what I'm drawing here, I mean, they can even sometimes, because it's going to be more complex, they might extend further than you want. And these are our construction lines. And then when we're complete, we darken them to make object lines. So that it stands out. Now this one is a little bit more difficult. Here's the front. So I have one of these made already. So I would like you guys to try to replicate that. You can use the paper that I've provided for you. Okay. And just how I got this arc is I just looked to find where the center was and then lightly shaded up and down. And I originally had this as a full box. Then I went back and I erased that part to get that. For the cylinder, so this is what we want it to look like. And in order to get that, I'm going to construct a box. And then I want to draw diagonals. And remember, it doesn't matter. You can extend these lines out of those lines, the borders. Then I want to cut each side in half. Here's one of the sides, I cut it in half, another side, and I cut that in half. And then these lines, I just want to cut them a little bit. Okay. Now what I want to do is extend these around. Little strokes going around. And then I want to extend that forever, however long this piece is going to be. And I do the same thing that I did up top. And then once I do that, then I would extend the sides down and I can erase the extra parts of it. So we get these nice 3D drawings. So what I'd like you guys to do is practice doing those and with the triangle piece as well, okay? So determine all the different parts, the sides that you need.